How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast. I'm Michael,
And I'm Tyler.
and this is our first online
We're out here.
podcast. As
We're on Zoom.
we are no longer living within reasonable distance to do
Exactly.
this. But we're fighting through. We're fighting through it.
We are. I don't know. Do you want to do video? I could put the video up.
Not today.
Not today. Okay. We've decided against it. Sorry to tease you. Sorry to tease everybody out there.
Next time.
Face reveal coming soon.
I'm not looking the hottest right now, so I'll save it for next week. But so yeah, football's falling apart.
Yep, it's bad. This is recorded. It is October 3rd, which is a Saturday. It's currently 1:24 p.m. Information is coming out by the hour, basically. Cam Newton has COVID. Chiefs and Patriots has been delayed. I think it was Bears Colts got moved to a night game.
No, they got flexed to the Chiefs time, so they're at 3:25 now.
Oh, so at 3:25. Okay.
Yeah, because that's when the Chiefs Pats are gonna play.
I gotcha. And so that game will probably happen on Tuesday now.
Yeah, Tuesday night football.
If
it even happens at all, because practice squad quarterback Jordan Ta'amu got COVID too.
Right.
And he's like around Mahomes and stuff.
I'm trying to wonder. I think there was a Tuesday night game a few years ago. Well, I'd say this more than a few years ago when the dome fell through in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
That was a crazy time when the dome fell through.
Do you remember the video of it? And there's like one guy in there. He's like he's hustling.
Dude, I wonder how scary that would be. Just
so scary.
The whole dome is
you just try to do your
apart.
job, but you just look up and the sky is falling.
Literally, the sky is falling. But yeah, not only that, the Chiefs Pats, but Titans Steelers. I mean, those guys got postponed. It sucks, especially if you're a fantasy guy. I mean, that's 4 teams that like you have some important ass players. Like
exactly, that's exactly why I didn't play fantasy this year, because I knew that I'd have Ben Roethlisberger or something right now, and I'd be really, really mad.
Yeah, I have Kelsey, and I'm pissed. I had to pick up a bum just to have a player.
Right.
Like you're missing out on Mahomes, Clyde, Tyreek, Cam Newton, Kelsey, Edelman. You're missing out on Henry, Juju, James Conner. Like you're missing out on a lot of studs for your team.
Big time guys.
Yeah, and you're just having this random bye week that you did not want to have.
Especially in week 4, when it's pretty easy to plan around a week 4 bye. You know, because who are the 4 teams that are on bye this week?
I don't think anyone was going to be on a bye. I don't know.
No, I think there are teams on bye.
Well, now there's a bunch more.
Yes.
The thing is, though, what are they going to do, like, say, playoff time, like the divisional round? Let's say Russell Wilson gets COVID. You can't make Seattle play without Russell Wilson.
Right.
But you also can't move that game back because the Super Bowl is a set date.
Right.
Like, what are you going to do then? Like, are you just going to fuck over Seattle because Russell got the COVID? Like,
exactly. To be honest with you, I really don't think we're going to get that far. With how bad it's been 4 weeks.
They should have tried to figure out a bubble kind of situation. Like
there's too many players for that. I'm sure they tried.
Oh, well, with practice squad. Yeah.
Practice squads, large coaching staffs.
That's fact. That's too big.
Yeah. And the thing, like, if I'm an NFL player, am I really going to go into the bubble to play once a week? You know what I mean? It's not like the NBA when you're playing on a consistent basis. Yeah.
That's fair. You'd be really fucking bored.
Exactly. I mean, did you see the thing? It was like LeBron has like 28 days on Madden already. And it's been out for like 28 days.
LeBron's just grinding Madden out here.
I think he has somebody like grinding for him or something.
Like they were grinding his solo so he can get some nice cards. Some LeBron shit. He's so rich, he can pay someone to just grind out his
Exactly.
solos. But the Ravens, man.
What
What's your
happened?
take on the
I
Chiefs Ravens
love the
game?
Lamar hate. I love the Lamar hate.
You were
Longtime viewers
all
know that
aboard.
I love the Lamar hate. Last year, I predicted that the Ravens would be the worst team in the NFL, which
That was wrong.
obviously was wrong. But I think Lamar Jackson has fallen back down to earth, just like I thought he would.
I don't know. I think he's gonna destroy Washington this week. I think he's got a mission, man.
I don't know about destroy. That pass rush is legit.
Is Chase Young confirmed in or out? Because that's a big deal.
Oh, is he up in
He's
the
a
air?
stud.
I wasn't aware that he's up in the air.
Oh, he got hurt last week.
Oh, he's out.
He's out.
Yep.
See,
Never
yeah,
mind. Never mind.
no.
I'm flipping my pick as we speak.
No, I think Lamar is still a top quarterback. He just can't. Kansas City just got him. They got him.
Yeah.
And for everyone who was like watching the Chiefs play the Chargers and we're like, man, it just doesn't look like the Chiefs prepared to play the Chargers. They didn't. They didn't.
I think they just didn't. Yeah, I think that's perfectly
they were
valid.
100% just preparing to kill Baltimore.
Yeah.
That was the like biggest 10-point win I've ever seen in my life. That game did not feel like it was a 10. That was a 30-point game.
Well, because Baltimore started to flip the momentum a little bit, and then it got shut down so quick.
That's Kansas City always does that. Everything,
yeah.
like the point differential. I mean, last year when they were playing Baltimore, it was 31-13, but the final score was like 31-27.
Right. Because of garbage
Kansas
time.
City coasts and they don't care.
Right.
But as soon as like you get within a score, they're like, okay, now it's 2 scores.
Like, okay, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, Mahomes doesn't play those games, man. He let everyone know. Yeah, Russell Wilson's still not the best quarterback. It's still Mahomes.
Exactly. If you thought otherwise, then you were wrong in the first place, but you're still wrong.
Yeah, I saw something that said Patrick Mahomes has never had a below average NFL quarterback game. And that is actually,
really?
I looked up
Who is
into
that according
stats.
to?
That was it was just something like they just said it. It was some analyst said it, some one that no one knows. And then I looked into it. I looked at like all of his games. His worst recorded game by like the consensus standpoint was week 5 last year when he threw for 302 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, and a 52.6 QBR. That's his worst game.
Was that
I think that's the
hurt?
Colts game. I think that was the Colts game.
Did he get hurt in that game?
He got like his ankle stepped on. Like he was hobbling.
Well, because he was out for that season.
That was before the injury. That was before the Denver game.
Okay.
But no, that was his worst game. And those were his numbers. 302, a touchdown, no picks.
And, you look at it like as a Bears fan, watching Mitchell Trubisky, it's like if Trubisky throws, or well, throwed, if he were back when he was a starting quarterback, we'll get to that later. If he were to throw for 302 and 1 touchdown, it's like, yeah, the Bears probably won that game.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in the 2018 when the defense was really good.
Yeah. But what I want to say about that is Mahomes is under this. I think he's now suffering from the LeBron syndrome of he plays so well all the time that when he plays below his own standard, he gets critiqued. Yet those games are still better than majority of the league.
Exactly.
My example is the Super Bowl. Everyone who ever hates on Mahomes brings up how he struggled for the majority of the Super Bowl. But if you look at his numbers, it was a pretty good game. I mean, he salvaged it and still won.
It was a game against a really good defense, by far the best in the league that year, especially when it comes to a pass rush.
Oh my God, that defense was insane.
Yeah,
and he still overcame it.
He found a way.
34 on him.
Yeah,
and it's just like he has the LeBron syndrome, which is insane to say because LeBron's dealt with this his whole life because LeBron was the chosen one.
Right.
So he's always had that expectation. So LeBron, whatever. But Mahomes was a 3-star, a Texas Tech player. Like these expectations weren't supposed to be put on him. And
Right.
he's just played so well.
And he continues to overcome them.
Yeah, and like now he's under this like microscope to where if he plays a slightly bad game for his standards, not the league, just his, he gets
Right.
critiqued like the world.
Like,
And
let the
it's
man
just
live.
weird. Yeah, like I've started to notice that with LeBron too a lot. Like, man, LeBron had a bad game. I look at his numbers. He had 19 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Like, what?
It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, LeBron shot under 40% this game. Whoa. What's the problem?
Yeah, LeBron had an average game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's just what you got to deal with when
Mahomes
you're
is the best in the league, period. If you think otherwise, you are wrong.
I love
you
Russell
are wrong.
Wilson
I love Russell
but,
Wilson. Most beautiful deep ball. We said this last week. Most beautiful deep ball in the league.
Yeah,
he's not the best quarterback.
He can't. He isn't. What Bill Belichick said he was, and Bill Belichick's wrong.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to Bill. Like, he's wrong.
I think he only really said that because Wilson always beats him.
Right.
Except the one Super Bowl where Wilson should have beat him again.
Right.
and Bill's 2-1 against Mahomes.
Right.
So I guess that's where he can come from, but still, come on. Man.
Yeah. I think as much as I love Bill Belichick, I think he's a little bit of an old head.
Yeah, he is.
And I have respect for him for not paying too much attention to what's going on outside of his matchups and what he needs to worry about on a week-to-week basis, because I think that's where that comes from. He's seen way more Russell Wilson than he has Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
So I understand why he said it, but it's wrong.
Yeah, I wanted to see, hopefully on Wednesday, if they do play on Tuesday, I want to hear a Bill Belichick quote about how, never mind Mahomes is better. Because I feel like Mahomes is going to light them up.
Yeah.
Especially with no Cam to like try to match it. Jarrett Stidham's not going to be able to.
And I think that Chiefs defense would do a pretty good job against Cam anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like they run
they just shut down Lamar Jackson, and the way New England is using Cam is pretty similar.
Yeah, it's a lot of running Cam, which I'd like to see. I'm happy that they're using him like that. I mean, it just shows the offensive genius of Josh McDaniels. Like, he just flipped the script completely. It's great. New England, I mean, who's the biggest threat to Kansas City in the AFC? Is it New England? Is it Buffalo? Is it Pittsburgh? Or is it still the Ravens?
I think you kind of have to say Baltimore as much as I want to say Buffalo. I really want to say Buffalo, but it's still got to be Baltimore.
Yeah, I could see Pittsburgh giving them some trouble because they do have an incredible defense this year.
Yeah.
But I
don't know if Pittsburgh has the talent off the edge. TJ Watt is great. TJ Watt is not a game changer, though.
Oh, that's a hot take.
TJ Watt is not on the same level of a Khalil Mack, Myles Garrett type of pass rusher.
I think TJ Watt is putting his name in that conversation right now, actually. I think
TJ Watt's value comes a lot more with his versatility, run stopping. He's a great pass rusher. I will not take that away from him. But
13 sacks in 2018, 14 and a half.
Sacks does not equal productivity. We both know that.
He already has 3.5 sacks in 3 games.
Sacks does not equal productivity. Okay, I'll give him a pick. Tackles. That's great. But
I wish they gave me tackles for loss.
I give TJ Watt's ability to get an interception. I give him way more credit for that than I would Khalil Mack. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because TJ Watt is way more likely to drop into coverage. TJ Watt plays more like an actual linebacker.
Yeah.
Than Khalil Mack would.
Pittsburgh uses him way different than Chicago
and that's my main reasoning. It's just the usage.
I think if you just only used him as a pass rusher, though, I think he'd be insane. He's
only as a pass rusher. I don't think he's in the Khalil Mack, Myles Garrett conversation.
I think he's on his way. If he's not there already, he's one of the best defensive players, in my opinion. Man, but the thing with Pittsburgh is their offense still sucks.
Yeah.
There's no way that they're putting up like 35 against him.
I want them to be good.
Solid.
I want them to put it together. Like I miss the Killer Bees days, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I miss the Ben round.
Ben isn't the same guy anymore.
No.
I think Juju's a little overrated. I've said that for a while now. You could probably get me on record saying that in a previous podcast that Juju's overrated.
I remember you were not on the Juju train last year for fantasy, and you were right. You were right. The Juju train did not leave the station. He was pretty underwhelming.
And then Deontay Johnson is cool. I'm not like over the moon about him.
Yeah, he's a guy.
I'd say he's more than a guy, but
he's solid.
But he's not. He's not number
Juju's
2.
playing well right now, but he's like got a really unsustainable like touchdown percentage right now. He's not going to keep that up.
His
catch percentage this year is actually really good though.
Oh yeah,
he's a 90% catch percentage. Wow.
Yeah, that's legit.
That's 30% higher than last year. He was at 60 last year.
Really? That's crazy.
He was getting worse for catch percentage every single year up until now.
And granted,
rookie year down.
You can make the quarterback argument for last year, but 30% is a lot. 30% is a lot. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he went from 60 to 89.5.
Very nice.
But another thing is like more targets, stuff like that. Like obviously, like it's harder to catch it more when you have so many damn targets. Like
exactly.
Right now, I mean, he's been targeted 19 times and he has 17 catches. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Let's see.
What about them Bears, man?
How about them Bears? I think we're in exactly the same place we were last week.
You are. Are they good? I don't know. Except
for the Foles factor. Foles looked really good.
He did, and he shouldn't even have thrown that pick. He should have had 4 touchdowns.
Exactly. He basically threw 2 more touchdowns than the stat sheet shows because Miller dropped one and Robinson got his pocket picked.
Yeah, I still think that's a touchdown. I don't think
I do too. But
doesn't matter in the end.
It is what it is. They won the football game.
The Falcons. Dan Quinn needs to be fired right now.
Yeah.
I am who do they play this against him as a coach. Green Bay.
Green Bay. It might be it for Quinn after this week.
Green Bay's gonna destroy. They're not gonna get a lead on Green Bay, dude. They're not getting a lead on Green Bay.
Is Devontae Adams gonna be back?
I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams is playing this week. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough for them.
I mean, how can you be a defensive mind? Yeah, you don't play defense. Like you have no defense. You can't.
And the personnel there isn't exactly good, but still, you got to find some way to transcend that if you're going to be a defensive.
If your offense is that good, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's no excuses anymore. You know what? I'm going to book it right now. Dan Quinn gets fired after Monday night.
You think so?
Yep, I'm going to book it.
I hope so. Speaking about coaches that need to get fired, Adam Gase sucks.
That's consensus. Yeah. And as a Bears fan, it's like, that guy was great as an offensive coordinator. Adam Gase is going to get fired from the Jets, and he's going to go be an offensive coordinator for like Jacksonville or something, and he's probably going to do a good job.
I don't know, man. I think he has the work. Mike Greenberg said if the Jets get the number 1 pick, and he's a Jets fan. He's a lifelong Jets fan, so he's in a lot of pain right now.
Right.
He said if he was Trevor Lawrence and he sees that the New York Jets have the number 1 pick, that he would consider long and hard about going back to Clemson.
I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll just get it again the next year. They would just run it back. They'd pick that left tackle from Oregon and then go get Trevor the next year.
Right. I think the more interesting aspect is what happens to Darnold. because I like Sam
He's,
Darnold. I really don't think he's played bad.
I think if he had a competent head coach, like he could do something. Like watching
Yeah.
his rookie year, like his rookie season, we were like, yeah, like he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Well, and
I
he
mean,
shows these flashes, these crazy like Mahomes-esque plays, where
that
like
run he had,
that
that
man,
touchdown run he had
that
was
man
insane.
has a rocket.
He,
Darnold has a legit arm.
yeah, I mean, a few weeks ago, or when whoever they played before they played the Broncos, that game, he had that like a ball on a string to some
Oh yeah,
guy
they
named like
played
Braxton Berrios, and it was
who they
like
play?
such a good throw.
Oh, the Niners. It was in garbage time against the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was just like I was watching, I was like, man, that was a good
he's
throw.
legit. Yeah, he was like off balance and everything. Like he's throwing
Yeah,
across his body,
it was a
falling
good.
away. Like, oh my god.
And Denver's quarterback ripened. He was terrible.
Right.
Like
Consider this.
I was watching that guy play, and I was like, this guy doesn't deserve to be
Consider
on
this
the
one.
team.
Jets get the number one pick. Trevor Lawrence stays in the draft. They decide to go Trevor Lawrence. What happens to Darnold?
Do you think they trade him like
I
Cardinals
think they get
traded
rid of him.
Rosen?
Rosen-esque.
Yeah, a little bit later than Rosen,
Yeah.
but who do you think takes
But
him?
did you see Juju's comments?
No.
Juju actually said something about, he said it would be nice to have him on the Steelers. Well, because they went to USC together.
Oh, they did.
And
they were really good together.
And obviously
to be honest.
Ben is old.
Ben could definitely call it.
That could be a really good fit.
I like that. I liked hearing that like Jameis almost went to Pittsburgh when he went to New
Really?
England. Yeah, to do the same thing but in Pittsburgh instead.
I see.
But Ben's way bigger of an asshole than Drew Brees is. So
right. Jameis is actually might learn something from Drew Brees.
I think this might be Drew's last year because I mean look at him play.
Yeah.
His arm is dying.
Yeah.
I mean he's never been like
he's never had a cannon,
but still,
but
like, I'm
it does not look good.
And I'm like, ugh.
There's no zip on that whatsoever.
Come on, man. He did play pretty well against Green Bay. I'm not gonna. He had a good game against Green Bay, but still. Like,
they got Detroit this week.
If they lose that game,
really gotta see something from.
I told you. I told you, Detroit. You were so in that the Cardinals were going to demolish Detroit.
Yeah.
And I said Matt Stafford was not going to let that happen.
What was the final score of that game?
It was a close one.
Let's see. I got it up right here. Where is it?
I think it was 26-23.
Yep, 26-23.
Yeah, Matt Stafford, man.
Matt Stafford did have a good game. 270 and 2 touchdowns.
He was mad from last year when the Lions blew the lead and then lost, or they tied, right?
Kyler had 3 picks. I think it was one or two of them.
Kyler came back to earth a little bit.
I think it was one or two of them that weren't his fault. But yeah, Kyler didn't have his greatest game.
He came back to earth a little bit, but I just think he had a bad game. Quarterbacks have bad games. He's fine. I feel the same way about Lamar. He just can't play against Kansas City. It happened. I didn't expect 97 passing yards though.
Oh yeah.
I thought he'd at least get 100.
Right.
It was insane.
I think Kyler kind of gets back on track this week. They got Carolina. He's gonna go nuts.
Yeah, Carolina is terrible.
They got a terrible defense.
Again about New York teams, can they shut down MetLife Stadium already before someone else gets hurt?
It's bad.
Like, did you see Mostert tweet out, of course someone else got hurt, that field is garbage.
Right.
Like, so many people get hurt on that field. I think they're going to go all grass. I think turf's going to be eliminated, and it's just going to be all grass in the NFL.
At MetLife or across the league?
I mean,
there's calls for it across the league.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think across the league, it's going to be all grass because players are sick of ruining their season because the turf sucks.
Right. Especially in a year with so many other distractions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you can put injuries to the lack of training camp maybe and preseason because those are factors. Like, you don't get your warm up to like full NFL games, but that
it's
many
also
injuries on the same exact
it's week 4
field.
now.
Yeah,
I mean,
now people are like, this preseason's over, basically.
Yeah. Yeah,
Man,
whatever makes players happy. I mean, I've never played a down of football in my life, but if they want grass, give them grass.
I've played one game on turf and I hated it because it gets everywhere. It just gets everywhere, man. I was a defensive lineman, so I'm on the ground a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I changing back out of my clothes, it was just I was wearing turf.
It gets everywhere. Yeah. I mean, obviously I've never played football. I did my time in the marching band, right? Plenty of turf in my shoes. Plenty of turf. There's still turf in those shoes.
I'm not a big turf guy. Man, just football I'm scared, man. I don't want it to end.
I think it's going to fall apart anytime now.
No. I think did Goodell have like the same mindset that Adam Silver did when they said, if we're having a season, we're having the season? Because Adam Silver did say that before the bubble happened.
I'm not sure.
He was like, if we're doing the bubble, we're doing it. I don't care who gets it. We're doing it. We're not going to cancel it.
Right.
And I like that philosophy because you can't just backtrack.
Right. Especially when you put all the money in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you got to play the season out, man. And,
right.
And this will be just an asterisk season if like a big COVID thing like ruins the teams in the playoffs.
Right.
I think you got to continue though because there's so much money at stake.
The hope that I do have is that, like in baseball recovered pretty well.
They did.
Because like the Marlins had their own internal outbreak. Cardinals had some issues. Phillies had some issues. But I mean, the Marlins just beat the Cubs in a 3-game series.
Yeah.
So obviously they found a way to come back. So
like, who would have thought?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some hope there just because baseball recovered so well, but at the same time, you have basically double the roster size. And
it's a lot more. I mean, baseball, like the hitter's never gonna see the right field.
Right. It's not really a contact sport.
There's no contact at all in there. Like, right. I mean, the closest thing is like the catcher to the batter.
Right. Or maybe a first baseman to a runner. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the closest people get.
Right.
But in football, I mean, you're hitting each other every play.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that there's no jersey swaps this year.
Yeah.
I loved the jersey swaps. I mean,
if they're gonna,
that's one of the best parts.
If they're gonna like hit each other, like make contact, they can't swap jerseys after the game. Who cares?
Like, come on. You can make the pitcher 6 feet apart. Just let them get the jersey.
Right.
I mean, those man
have
caves.
Them throw them to each other or something.
The man caves that these players have from all the jersey swaps.
Exactly. Have you seen Odell's?
Dude, it's incredible.
Odell's is great.
When you're a great player, you get even better ones too, because people want yours.
Exactly.
Man,
I miss it. I like that football is. I like that they're playing. I like they found a way to make it work so far.
It still feels real. Like this is still.
It feels real, football. But it's like there's something is off. You know.
It's the crowd. Not having a crowd is like.
Yeah.
Off.
Then when they do funnel in crowd noise, it just sounds so fake.
Yeah. And,
they don't do a good job.
You can tell like home teams are struggling a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, Baltimore was getting drawn off sides a lot. New Orleans was getting drawn off side, both primetime games. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes have some great hard counts, and they were using that to their advantage. I mean, They were getting the defense to jump and then getting free plays out of it. And Packers scored because of one of those.
Did they score off of it?
Well, they got down to the one and then scored the next play.
Basically, they scored off
interference.
Of it. Right. Yeah, I hope they find a way to make it through. I don't know. Because anything could happen at any moment.
No one knows. This is like a time period where no one knows, and that's weird to say.
Right. I think they've got the right idea, at least testing and retesting, and
I like the testing a lot. I like how they test a lot.
Because that's really the only way to make it work.
Is it always the nose swab one? Because that would suck. if it's always that.
Probably. Is that the quickest test you can, like, as far as
I don't know.
how long
I'm
it takes
not
to get a
big.
result?
I don't know, but that sucks.
I don't know exactly, but
I know
I'm
the
sure.
Iowa football team does that, so
Really,
it might be
that's
the same for the
probably
NFL.
what they do then.
Yeah,
That's
because I have a friend, and he tells me twice a week. He goes in, gets his nose swabbed, and a single tear will run down his face because it hurts.
Nice.
And he has a good time doing that. College football is going to happen, so that's good too.
Yeah. I have a different opinion on college football just because of the nature of being on campus. I really thought they should have just let college football slide for the year. And I get that it sucks for student athletes and everything, but when the nature of being on campus,
they really do seclude. Well, not here, but other places do a good job of like keeping their athletes away from like everyone else.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, the dorm right next to my dorm is the athlete dorm. Like,
right.
That's where the freshman football and basketball players are.
Right.
But I mean, Iowa already shut down their thing, like all their facilities, like a month ago because they had too many COVID cases. So
I see.
They all already had it, so they're good
Right.
now.
In theory, they're good now anyway.
So I mean, if you look at the numbers, because Iowa would always send me emails about the COVID cases. I mean, like the first 2 weeks, it was like 400 to 500 cases a day. Right now, we're at like 5 to 10. Like
it's not bad.
The growth is gone. Like it.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
affected people.
I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not like a doctor, so I can't
Same.
I can't give insight on. I can't predict what's going to happen there, but I have less faith in college football than the NFL. I'll put it that way.
That's also fair because I mean, college is like you're around a lot more people.
Right, like, you're taking classes and
like when you're an NFL player, you just go home. You go
right.
home,
you go home, and you mind your business.
Like you're with your family.
Right.
If you have one.
And especially
like
guys that are getting paid to play football. They're like, well, I probably want to keep getting paid.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna do my part and make sure this doesn't get spread more.
QB will probably still go out on a Saturday night if there's no game and have a good time, and then he goes to practice and whoops,
I ruined the season. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. It's a tough time.
Very tough.
But doing stuff.
We're going into week 4.
We are going into week 4.
Who's your MVP right now?
It's Russell Wilson.
It's Russell Wilson.
Yeah. I'm still under the belief, like just like in the NBA, the MVP doesn't go to the best player. It goes to who has the best season. Russell
of course.
The best season right now. And I think Russ is pissed that he hasn't got a vote, so he wants to just win the award.
Yeah, that's valid.
And he can have it.
I will agree through 3 weeks. I'm gonna predict Mahomes wins it though.
You think he's gonna go on a tear? I mean, that last game against Baltimore was insane.
Yeah.
Like
I think Mahomes is gonna go nuts.
I don't doubt that. Did you see Mahomes' stats in this is just a Mahomes podcast now, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mahomes stats in September? Like just the month of September.
Throughout his career, he's like 10-0.
10-0, 32 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 yards, something stupid. Like
I think you can reasonably say that. I mean, this is year 3 as a starter. Yeah. I think you can reasonably predict that he goes down as the best ever at this point.
I already have the take that if he wins the ring this year, that I will just start calling him the GOAT for the rest of time.
I don't know about after this year if he gets a ring.
Back-to-backer, man.
I don't know.
Let's see how what our record is, because I'm never gonna predict us to lose again. Like I'm just not gonna do it.
I will never bet against Patrick Mahomes ever again unless there's some other factor. That if the defense is hurt or I'm never betting against him.
I'm still not gonna do it anymore. Unless he's hurt, I'm not picking Kansas City.
I don't remember the last time I bet against him. Like I gave him.
You picked him.
I picked him last week. For those who remember,
which is weird. That doesn't happen.
I don't know why you did that.
Everyone did. If you looked at every expert
I think
picked Baltimore.
I did say last week. I said just whoever gets the points, I want them. in Baltimore and Kansas City, just give me the points.
That's true. Yeah, I'm never doing that again.
I don't blame you.
Because, I mean, who else?
Because
like,
it was
really,
the wrong thing to do.
It was. You don't pick against the best quarterback in the NFL.
Exactly. Especially when he has a solid defense.
Yeah. So MVP. Who's rookie of the year so far?
Rookie of the year?
Offensive.
On the offense?
I don't
That's
know.
tough.
It is really tough because they're not like
Nobody's like lighting it up.
fire.
Yeah.
I mean, Clyde's doing things, but like they stopped using him as much as they had to because they don't have to use him that much.
Right.
Who else is doing things?
Joe. It's got to be Joe.
I guess you just give
It's got to be Joe.
Give it to the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's legit.
Defense is Chase Young.
Oh yeah.
He didn't even play, and he still has 2.5 sacks.
Yeah, he's legit.
He's everything I thought he would be.
Yeah, especially within that defense.
Yo, my God, dude, Washington's got a future if Dan Snyder sells the team.
Yeah,
Rivera and all the talent on that defense is scary.
And we'll see what happens with Haskins. I'm not like a Haskins fan. I don't have anything against him. But he's not showing it.
I was big on him coming into that year, and then when Daniel Jones got picked ahead of him, I was like, man, that's stupid.
Right.
Now they both suck. So
yeah, they're both terrible. I think Jones is worse.
Ooh, I don't know. Jones makes some good plays sometimes, though. Like, he'll have, 3 games a year where he's like, okay.
But Jones looks bad when he's bad.
Dude, he looks like he can't hold on to the ball. He fumbles so much, dude. Just hold it.
I think it's crazy because we've got so many quarterback situations this year that could all be a Rosen type thing.
Oh my
You've
God!
got Washington, the Giants, the Jets. Yeah, especially after it worked out for Arizona. Teams would love to dip on their quarterback with a guy like Trevor Lawrence right in front of him.
This is a good class. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. Those are 3 good players.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey Lance didn't even throw a pick at North Dakota State last season.
Yeah.
That's insane. You don't do that.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
I know he's at North Dakota State, but Carson Wentz threw picks.
That's D1 football.
Yeah, he's at
legit.
He's not even at the Alabama of the FCS because they win more championships than Alabama does.
Right.
They've won 8 in 10 years.
Yeah.
8 or 9 in 10 years. It's insane. But no, he's good. Justin Fields is good. Trevor Lawrence is great.
Yeah.
This is, teams I can see so many teams taking quarterbacks.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at the schedule for this week. Teams that could reasonably take quarterbacks. I would even say Philadelphia. Philadelphia,
I think
Giants, Washington.
If anything, they'd go with Hurts.
Yeah. Actually, I'll take back Philadelphia since they spent a second-round pick on Hurts. Tampa. I would say Tampa.
If Brady's old. Both New York teams might. If Daniel keeps playing like this,
we'll see how Minnesota goes.
If they keep
going
losing,
doing what they're doing,
they definitely will. No, yeah. I have them in big contention to take Trey Lance or Justin Fields.
New Orleans.
I would love to see Justin Fields in Minnesota.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be really fun, especially if they still had Diggs, but they don't. But that would be really fun.
Right. Hey, what's his name? Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson is really good.
If he keeps playing like that.
I like Justin Jefferson.
I knew he was a great pick, and Philadelphia was stupid for passing up on him.
Yeah.
And taking Jalen Reagor, who, we can't even tell if he's good or not because has he even played yet? I know he hasn't played the last 2 weeks.
I don't think he's played.
Yeah, what a shocker. Philadelphia drafts a receiver that doesn't play.
Right. It's been happening for years.
Ever since they won the Super Bowl, everyone was praising Peterson and Howie, and now it's those guys are
how much of a fluke was that?
Like, how much of an outlier was that season?
Massive outlier.
Like, Carson Wentz.
Except for Nick Foles. I will stand by Nick Foles.
Carson Wentz, like, coming into this year, was he basically like a consensus top 10 quarterback? I'd say
Yeah,
he was
I would
close.
say consensus top 7.
That's fair. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were on same. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's playing like it anyway.
He still sucks. I think we talked about this last time. He still sucks.
What happened? I don't like. What happened? How do you get that much worse?
He's trying to make the big play way too much. I mean, he needs to just. I know he doesn't have playmakers, but other teams don't have playmakers either.
Right.
And their quarterbacks aren't playing this bad.
You wonder if Carson Wentz is just kind of an outlier in a league full of Russell Wilsons and Mahomes and Josh Allens. A guy that is a really good quarterback, but is not the same type of playmaker that they are.
Yeah, and he thinks he is.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, he thinks he's a Mahomes, a Kyler. I couldn't say Kyler's one of those guys. He makes
yeah, of course.
And he's not anymore. He used to be.
Right.
He used to make those plays where you're like, man, this kid is something special.
Yeah.
And
but it's just not there.
I wouldn't be shocked if Jalen Hurts starts.
Are the Eagles, like, bad? Do we classify the Eagles as bad?
I classify the Eagles as bad. I mean, Washington's winning that division right now.
Yeah.
That they really are. Like, that's
I'm curious, like, through 3 weeks, like, where they rank as far as, like, how bad that division is, like, ever. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, worst starts for a division.
It's like 2-8-1.
Yeah,
something like that. 2-9-1. It's insane. Like,
yeah, there's two total wins.
The Giants are the second worst team in the NFL. Eagles are still winless and just tied to the Bengals.
Right. Washington, you could argue that Washington is even the worst team in the division as far as roster goes.
I mean, their offense is non-existent in Washington. Their defensive
I don't think they're worse than the Giants just because of that defensive line. But like, they're not good.
The Eagles,
the roster as a whole. I mean, the defensive line is great, but the roster as a whole is not good.
Not at all.
And the Cowboys are the Cowboys. All the talent in the world, and they will always find a way to mess it up.
Yeah, that Cowboys player who ruined Chris Carson, he's a bitch.
Yeah,
I want him
Tristan
suspended.
Hill.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't get suspended.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't. I don't know why Mike McCarthy hasn't done anything.
Right,
like, as a coach.
You would think a guy like McCarthy who's
like,
been around for a while would
I think
make
he
it happen.
Have been a guy who would have been like, yeah, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
That's Bush League,
right.
And it is. I don't. Everything that Seattle says about that guy is true. I don't. Whatever they say, I'm on their side.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. The NFC East is terrible. Consensus terrible.
Where's Earl Thomas gonna go? You forget. People forget he's still a free agent.
If you flame out of Houston, if Houston doesn't want to sign you, I don't know if he goes anywhere at this point.
You might have to wait till next year.
You know what? I take that back. He'll go to Philadelphia. He can go to Philadelphia.
I would like to see him in Washington.
He would fit in Washington.
That would make their defense even better.
Because who do they have playing safety there?
I don't know. I don't follow Washington.
I have no clue.
Safety tandem. They have Landon Collins.
Oh, yeah, Landon Collins. That's a guy. I forgot about him.
So Earl could play the other side if they don't have
exactly, because Landon Collins plays in the box way more.
Yeah. That'd be a thought.
Yeah.
Let's get into these
we're going to spread picks?
I want to go these spread picks. I want to – because
we'll mention the Thursday night game. Spread was Jets plus 3.5. I picked the Jets. I was wrong. But I was right. That garbage time Melvin Gordon touchdown ruined me.
I hate Melvin Gordon for that.
Yeah.
I was playing him in fantasy this week, and I was like, "Oh, he's Melvin Gordon. He didn't do that well." 56-yard touchdown run. Like, come on,
for no
that's like
reason.
11
You
points
didn't
right
need to do
there.
that. You didn't need to
Just
do
get
that.
the first down.
Just get the first down, take a knee, you're done. You're done.
Pull Brian Westbrook, get the first down, and fall down.
Exactly. And these are all spreads from the beginning of the week. Actually, I'll do the ones that are current because of everything that happened.
Yeah.
Do you want to even consider the games that are postponed? I don't. It won't even give me a spread on Tennessee and Pittsburgh. Oh, because that game isn't happening at all anymore.
That
well,
game's
not until later.
To like week 8 or week 7.
Okay, we'll do New England and Kansas City first. Current spread is Kansas City -7.
I'll take Kansas City.
Yeah, I'll take Kansas City. If Cam was around, I'm taking New England.
No, I'm still taking Kansas. They would have won that game by 10.
I don't agree. I'll take the push there, if anything.
That's fair. I think 10 though, just because.
I think Mahomes is going to go nuts, especially with no Cam.
Oh, with no Cam, there's no way they can keep up. So they're just going to light him up. I mean, Bill Belichick always does a good job in the first half against Patrick.
Right.
Like
but
every time they play, the first half is, man, Mahomes sucks. And the second half, he throws for like 400 yards. And we're like, oh, no, he doesn't.
We got Carolina +3 over Arizona.
Give me Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Now they're overreacting to losing to
exactly. So Arizona's too good for that.
Give me Arizona.
We got Cincinnati -2.5 against Jacksonville.
Ooh.
That's tough. I'm tempted to just say take the points, but I really want to see Joe do something.
I think Joe's gonna show.
I think Joe will show out. I think Joe shows up.
I think he's gonna. I'm
gonna take Cincinnati -2.5. I like that idea.
Me too. I concur.
Dallas -4.5 against Cleveland. That's another tough one.
Is Cleveland good? That's the question here.
Right.
Because they look good.
I feel like the bigger question is Dallas bad?
That's true. But
I don't think Dallas is bad. Are they good enough to? I don't know.
Can they stop Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt? Because no one
can. That's a great question.
That might be the best running back duo ever, just on a pure talent standpoint. That's 2 All-Pros.
I'm going to take Cleveland.
I got Cleveland, and I think
Cleveland. Give me the points.
I think Stefanski figured out just give it to Kareem and give it to Nick Chubb, and don't worry about Baker Mayfield having the ball.
Exactly. Here's a big overreaction spread. This opened at Detroit +4.5 over New Orleans. It's now at +3.
Ooh, Detroit
I want New Orleans.
+3.
I want New Orleans. I trust New Orleans against Detroit. I trust
They're
them.
gonna win. They're gonna win by more than 3.
I trust
New Orleans has got that.
Here's an interesting matchup. Houston -3.5 against Minnesota.
Houston's gonna destroy. Oh my God, that's 2 0-3 teams that are like good.
Yeah.
No, Deshaun Watson's gonna pick apart that terrible.
I think Houston wins, but I believe in Minnesota to pick it up. But are they gonna do it against Houston? Is Houston the team for that?
You can counteract is Minnesota the team for Houston to finally pick it up.
Exactly.
0-3, and they're both teams.
But the thing with Houston, Houston has played legit teams.
They played the 3 best
teams. Lost to Indianapolis. They lost to Indianapolis. Who else? Green Bay. Okay, fine. Green Bay.
And then who'd they lose to this week? Tennessee. And
not
that
good teams.
Indianapolis
and Tennessee are bad, but they're not Kansas City and New England.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're not them.
I got Houston.
I'm going to take Houston too at -3.5.
And I'm starting any Houston wide receiver in fantasy.
Yeah.
Because
love that idea.
Wow, Minnesota
that secondary
no corners.
Is bad.
What happened? Corners. Look what did you see that Xavier Rhodes is the #1 corner rated in PFF?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Just because he got 2 picks.
I mean, no, just how well he's playing. Like, he's actually
Really?
playing really well.
Huh.
He has like
For
a
Indianapolis,
95.
he is.
Yeah, for Indy after he got cut
Right.
by Minnesota.
He was a Pro Bowler at one time. Just
Yeah,
fell
I
off
mean,
the
yeah,
map.
he had a bad year. Corner is the hardest position in the NFL.
Second hardest.
You can have one bad year as a corner, and you'll never play in the NFL again.
I think
I
quarterback is
guess,
harder
yeah,
to,
you could
to
say quarterback, but
you have less options at quarterback. You have less opportunities.
yeah, that's true. But I'm just physically, you lose a step as a corner, your career's over.
Right. I can agree with that. Dolphins is opened at 6.5. It's currently at 5.5 against Seattle.
Give me Seattle. They're gonna murder Miami.
Jamal Adams is out.
I don't think that affects it that much. Do you think Fitzmagic's gonna keep up with Russ?
At 6.5, I like it way more. At 5.5, I'm not going to take it. Give me Seattle at 5.5 at 6.5.
Think they win by 6?
I feel like there's a big difference between 5 and 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is.
I mean,
I got Seattle either way.
yeah.
I think they're gonna put a beating on them.
I think Miami finds a way to keep it somewhat close.
I think it's like 14-10. Not like the score, like that's like the differential, 14 to 10 points.
All right, we got Tampa. Oh, okay, this one changed a lot. Tampa Bay against the Chargers, open at Tampa Bay minus 4.5, is currently at Tampa Bay -7.
Wow.
At 4.5, I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Los Angeles. I almost said San Diego.
At 7,
No Chris Godwin, no Leonard Fournette. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
I mean, Melvin Ingram's out.
Give me the Chargers at 7.
Still
and honestly, I'm fine with a push there too. I'll take a push.
Yeah, I could see a push too. I would not be surprised at all. Tampa looks good. Tampa looks like what we thought they were going to look like.
Right.
They're solid. Their defense is good, man. Their defense is way better.
Who would have thought that Tom Brady would be kind of the disappointment of that team?
Yeah, Shaq Barrett, man.
I doubted Shaq Barrett before. I doubted his ability to do it consistently.
We had this conversation Not on a podcast, but we had it.
It was partially a sacks don't equate to production conversation, but it was also is he actually going to keep doing this conversation?
And he's good.
And he is. He's good.
I think he was just overshadowed in Denver. I mean, he had Von Miller on the other side, and then they drafted Chubb. Like, his time ran out.
Right. This is an interesting spread. This one, I was very heavily in favor of the underdog here before.
Mm-hmm.
Washington and Baltimore opened at Washington plus 12.5.
Holy shit.
And then it's currently at Washington plus 14.
Oh my God.
I was very in favor of Washington at 12.5, but with no Chase Young, I got to take Baltimore.
No Chase Young, no Matthew Ioannidis is out for the year too.
Yeah.
He's a solid player. I mean, God, can I take a 14 point though? Yeah, I can. Baltimore. I mean,
no Chase Young is the deal breaker for me.
If Chase Young is there, defense
I'm Washington all the way. Yeah. I think Baltimore's defense kind of goes nuts on Haskins.
Yeah, he's gonna throw like 3 or 4 picks after he threw 3 last week against Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I had faith in him.
It's fading quickly.
He's burning me a lot here. I mean, I keep picking Washington and they never repay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like an honorary fan at this point, and
exactly. You picked them to make the playoffs.
I've picked them to win the division like twice now.
I mean, they suck, but they still could win the division.
That's the crazy part. There's so many teams that like just flip the switch. So like I was kind of just shooting in the dark, but
Right.
Yeah, no, I thought Haskins would take a step forward, but
If anything, he's taking a step back.
he's the same. He's no Justin Fields.
Exactly. We got Rams and Giants. This opened at Rams -9. Is currently at Rams -13.
I'm
taking the Rams either way.
I was
taking
like
the Rams for both.
100% gonna take the Rams at 9, and I'm still gonna take them, but I'm a little more iffy about it.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald is gonna have a field day. I think
he's gonna force 3 fumbles and have.
I think
5
Daniel
sacks.
Jones fumbles damn near every drive. Aaron Donald is gonna be in Daniel Jones' nightmares for the rest of his life.
Aaron Donald is making his case. Like, he's on his way
to being the
greatest defensive player of all time. He's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
He's still not even past J.J. Watt in my book. Because J.J. Watt.
That's a conversation.
J.J.
Watt's prime was really good.
He was like Chuck fucking Norris, dude. Like, we compared that dude to like Jesus.
Yeah.
he was scoring more touchdowns than like Jamal Charles through 4 weeks.
Exactly.
I remember that was a real thing. Like,
yeah,
through
I remember
4
that.
weeks, J.J. Watt had more touchdowns than like Matt Forte, Jamal Charles. Way too many good players.
And then there was the playoff game. Who was it against? Where he had the pick 6, or was it a fumble 6?
It might have probably
like that.
Or Oakland.
Oakland makes sense.
When they had the Matt McGloin start.
Yeah. That was the J.J. Watt coming out party. No, it was before that Oakland game. It was way before that Oakland game.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. He was.
I want to say like Baltimore.
We were so young.
Yeah, we were like
back on that.
We were like 11 years old when this happened.
The fact that if we're even close.
Don't remember it like it happened yesterday, even though we can't remember which team it was against.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I think Donald's on his way to be in that J.J. Watt conversation.
I think
he's knocking on the door for that.
And he's still, how old is he? 28? I think he's 28, 29.
29.
29.
Same age as Khalil.
Yeah. Aaron and
Von Miller's only 31.
Yeah.
I feel like that dude's been in the league my whole life.
I would not have a hard time like predicting Aaron Donald to go down as like consensus best player ever, period.
Really? Best player ever?
Yes.
Nah, you can't do that. You know, all quarterback's always going to get it.
But
good as
remember the top 100 list a few years ago? Jerry Rice comes down with it.
All right, that was bullshit.
Yeah, it was. But if Jerry Rice can come down with it, I think Aaron Donald can.
We know it's Tom Brady.
Yes. Greatest and best are two different things.
100%. Like, for me in basketball, Jordan's the greatest, LeBron's the best.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen in the NFL too. I think Mahomes or Donald, I mean, both of them are playing right now. They can easily go down as the best ever.
And I think Mahomes could pretty easily go down as the greatest.
Yeah, he can do both.
That guy's going to be in Super Bowl contention every year of his career.
Yeah. I really like Aaron Donald. I think that he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just a monster. Like, I'd be terrified to.
I don't know if there's a better, in football at least, I don't know if there's a better example of just appreciating greatness than Aaron Donald.
Like, I watch him play, and how can you not like him?
How can you not like Aaron Donald? I guess
if you're like a Seattle fan or like a Niner fan.
It's like that guy ruins my team for 2 games a year, but it's like, how can you not appreciate that he's doing that? He almost single-handedly beat the Bills last week.
Yeah, wow. Like, when he just tossed Josh Allen, who's not a small – as we saw when he played Miami, he just trucks people. Like, he
Josh
runs
Allen,
over people.
That is a guy. That is a big man.
That's a big dude. And Donald just threw him around like he's a little boy.
Yeah.
like Josh Allen was his 4-year-old son trying to play football with him. He's like, nope.
Exactly. He's like, nope, get out of here. You're done.
Give me the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Donald is legit. Vegas opened at +2, is now at +3. over Buffalo.
Ooh.
I like Buffalo.
That's going to be a good game.
I like
It's going to
Buffalo.
be a good game. But Buffalo's defense is too good.
With how wrong my prediction was when I locked that Vegas was going to cover 6.5 against New England, I'm kind of turned off from Vegas now.
You're a little bit mad at Vegas.
Yeah, I'm a little bit mad at Vegas. It's a personal
I
thing.
understand that. Yeah, no, Buffalo's like really good. And Raiders, we still don't know if they're really good. I don't
Exactly.
think they are, so.
Here's an interesting one. Indianapolis and Chicago. Chicago opened at +1, is now at +2.5. I'm taking Chicago +2.5. I like Chicago +2.5. That's too many points for a game that I pretty much consider even. I would consider that game a pick 'em.
It is.
2.5 is too much for spread purposes to not pick Chicago, in my opinion.
I'm thinking long and hard about this. This is a close one for me, man. I gotta go. Oh man, they both are like so average.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears. I think they're gonna shut down Jonathan Taylor.
Agreed.
Which sucks because I have him in so many fantasy leagues. I'm still starting him because you have to, but like, damn.
Bears are generally healthy for the most part. Outside of Cohen out for the year.
I think Nick is. I mean, I don't think he's.
I think Nick is going to have a good game.
Yeah, Nick.
I like Nick a lot.
I think Phillip's going to lose Indy the game and throw a pick six.
Exactly, especially against that defense. Jalen Johnson and Kyle Fuller have been really, really good.
Johnson, I always thought Johnson was going to be good. Chiefs fans really wanted him, but we also were so happy that we picked offense too.
Yeah.
But we're like, if we're going to go corner, like Jalen Johnson's pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys got him. He was a really good pick for you. Besides getting like
well too. Yeah.
Besides getting bitched by Marvin Jones on that truck.
That's the only bad thing that has happened to him.
I know.
Like it sucks, especially when you're a rookie and like one of your first plays is getting absolutely demolished by a vet like that, and then like casuals are like, "Oh, that guy sucks."
Yeah,
but
he's really good.
been one of the better corners in the NFL.
He's good. He just got trucked, man.
Yeah. All right, I think consensus to Chicago there.
Close.
San Francisco and Philadelphia has moved a lot. Opened at San Francisco -3.5, is currently at -7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give me San Francisco. George Kittle's back.
I want San Francisco too, on both of them, especially 3.5, but 7. I think worst case scenario, I'll take the push. And if I lose that bet, I'm not mad at it.
And Nick Mullins is a good quarterback.
Yeah, Nick Mullins especially against, like, we established Philadelphia as bad earlier.
Yes,
I think we can.
Nick Mullins, like, I watched him play. I saw a stat. I can't remember, like, the exact parameters. I think it was through your first 8 games or so, how many yards you've thrown. And he was 3rd.
Really?
All time. Behind Mahomes and
in
Kurt Warner,
in the days just before the Garoppolo trade, he was playing for them, right?
Yeah.
I'm correct.
No. I think he was playing when Garoppolo was hurt.
Okay. Who was playing for them right before they traded for
It's some
Garoppolo?
guy. He went to Iowa, I think, because everyone was thinking he was gonna be good.
What's Beathard?
CJ Beathard.
CJ Beathard.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a guy. Remembering names is my favorite part of the podcast.
I swear to God, because we forget all of them. Because
Exactly.
the only people we talk about are like abstract people or Mahomes.
Right. Yeah. And Josh
That's
Allen.
all we talk about. Yeah, our boy Josh Allen, MVP contender. We didn't talk about him enough.
Oh yeah. We haven't talked about Josh Allen enough today. We were talking about Josh Allen as a little boy earlier.
Yeah, we described one of the people that we stan as a little boy.
Yeah. That's how good Aaron Donald is.
He makes a guy who we were right about look like he's ass.
Yeah. All right. Now we got Monday night. Green Bay opened at -5 against Atlanta, is now at -7. I'm taking Green Bay.
Green Bay. They're gonna
Green Bay all the way.
him.
All the way.
Murder him. Aaron Rodgers is gonna. I mean, first of all, Aaron Rodgers is playing some of the best football of his life.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers
he's in the MVP
legit.
conversation too. I think the 4 people that I consider in it are Mahomes, Wilson, Allen, and Rodgers, no order.
Mm.
Those are the 4 right now.
Yeah.
And Rodgers is showing like, yeah, no, I'm still one of the best.
Yeah.
Like he's in the same. Would you say he's in the same tier as Russell Wilson? Like the tier that's like just below Mahomes? Or do you think he's just below the Wilson tier?
I think tier 1.
He's been making some plays.
Tier 1 Mahomes. Tier 2A Wilson, 2B Rodgers.
That's fair. Those
he's
3
a
are
sub-tier.
like in their own league right now.
Yeah.
Those 3 are playing different than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been too. That's like Allen's playing just as well as those guys, but he just like this is new for him, so we can't classify him as one of those guys.
Right.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is gonna have a field day. I feel bad for Matt Ryan, man. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it sucks.
He's playing good. He's got all these weapons. He's
all
having
we
a great
can do
time.
is hope and pray for Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy
I would
to
love
the
that
Falcons?
for them so much.
Holy
I would love that
shit.
for them so much.
If that happens,
a year from now, if Eric Bieniemy is coaching the Falcons,
to win the division.
Same. Especially if they have a high draft pick.
They will. They'll use it on a great defensive player.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Oh my goodness. That team's scary good. Like thinking of how he's gonna use like Calvin and Julio, and I mean Russell Gage is a guy now.
Yeah.
He's good. Hayden Hurst is still. I mean, I knew he was gonna be solid. He is.
Right.
I mean, Gurley's still a guy. He's not what he used to be, but he's still there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Gurley his knee hasn't like blown up yet.
I'm happy.
I think it could. I'm happy for him. I think it could at any time though.
Yeah, Brian Hill is a guy like you want in fantasy just to be safe.
Exactly.
I mean, he looked good last week. Brian Hill did.
Yeah, Brian Hill had a pretty good running in Chicago.
Yeah, he's solid. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I like Gurley. I love your idea of the enemy to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think that's like the perfect hire that they're going to be.
Especially if you're Bieniemy.
I mean, why would he not take
as
that
far
job?
as like teams that are going to need a new coach? I mean, Atlanta's probably the best team out there.
Most
you would
talented.
think.
Oh yeah, most talented. I mean,
teams that are going to need. You can make the case for Houston, maybe. Maybe O'Brien.
You
gets
think
fired.
They're going to move off of O'Brien? Ooh, I don't want.
I would consider it a possibility.
That would be fun to see Watson with the enemy, but I don't want it.
Here's an interesting one.
As a fan of a team in the AFC, no.
I got one for you. Yeah. Bieniemy in Detroit.
Ooh.
I mean, that's with Matt Stafford.
With Stafford and DeAndre Swift is a good running back. I don't think. Oh, Patricia just irritates me so. Use him. Use DeAndre Swift. Yeah. Like, why are we?
He dropped one touchdown and.
Yeah, I mean, he's a rookie. It was his first
it happened.
game.
You know.
Give him the ball.
Here, I got a crazier Bieniemy take for you.
I have a sadistic coach hire that would be funny for me.
I have a crazy Bieniemy take. Okay, let's say New Orleans continues to fail. Breeze retires. Peyton leaves with him.
Oh.
Bieniemy goes to New Orleans with a rookie quarterback.
Guy? Oh, you think they just
blow it up? Rookie quarterback.
Give him some Justin.
Sean Payton finds a new job. Where does Sean Payton go?
I was gonna say Dallas, but they just hired Mike. so he's not going to go anywhere this year. We'll just say Sean Payton. I was going to say he retired because he's kind of.
I think Sean Payton would find another job. I don't know if he'd be particularly good anywhere, like Saints level good.
Yeah. Here's my favorite evil hire.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns start to suck.
Whoa.
You know, this is what's going to happen. This is going to be mean. This just the Haslams, you know, they're really quick to fire people. Stefanski gone already. Who do the Browns bring in other than Adam Gase? Adam Gase with Baker.
No way. No way.
That would be so.
Adam Gase is not getting another opportunity. No way Gase gets another opportunity.
I know. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I just like in my mind, so sadistic. Like imagine seeing an offense orchestrated by Adam Gase and Baker Mayfield.
That would be something.
How bad is that team gonna be?
Odell wants out at that point.
Dude, Odell wants out like now.
Yeah.
Save Odell. He's still good.
Yeah, I like Odell.
Right. I don't want him to be traded to like New England.
Right.
Because that would suck.
That would be
the rest
scary.
Of the NFL. That would suck a lot.
I mean, look at what New England did with one game of Antonio Brown.
Yeah, he had like a good game. Like he had like 6 catches, like 59 yards.
I had him on my fantasy team still at that point. I used him that week.
Yeah. Speaking, let's get a few Odell trades because he needs
Odell trades. I like Odell trades.
I think San Francisco.
San Francisco is the easy one. I got one for you. Cincinnati.
They're not trading in division.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's why when people say Baltimore, I'm like, that's stupid. But they would.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
As stupid
and
as the Browns are.
That doesn't even fit Baltimore's.
No,
they don't have the money for it. They don't have the assets.
Situation. Like he's just on a different running team.
Yeah.
Instead of running with the running backs, they run with their quarterback.
Right.
I mean, I guess New England, but I can't see the Browns just being like, yeah, here you go, Bill. All the time you fucked us over.
You want to know a nightmare scenario?
What?
Green Bay.
That's the real
That's nightmare scenario. God. I just thought about that. I just thought about that.
What do you think about that?
That's scary, man.
They could do it, too.
And that could even carry over into the Jordan Love years. Say Jordan Love ends up being good.
It would.
Jordan Love is like, like that feeling of being watched?
Yeah.
I feel like Jordan Love is just like lurking in the shadows, ready to ruin the next 20 years of my life.
Like Aaron Rodgers has ruined like your entire life of being a Bears
Exactly.
fan. And Brett Favre ruined like your dad's years.
I'm gonna be like 40 years old before the Packers have a bad quarterback.
If they even do, I mean, who knows? Maybe like Brett Favre's like nephew will come into the league and they're gonna.
Patrick Mahomes' son is going to be the next.
Do you see?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Patrick Mahomes' son is going to be
like literally right now.
Literally, by the time I'm 40.
When you're 40,
yeah,
his son could be in the league. That's fucking great. God. Patrick Mahomes the 4th. Just be fucking you guys up.
His name better be Patrick Mahomes the 4th.
He needs to be. He needs to. Is he? Wait, no, he might be the 3rd. I might be retarded and not know.
I thought Mahomes was a 3rd already.
Nope, he's the 2nd.
He's the 2nd? Never mind. Okay, well,
I thought there was 3 lines on the back.
The 3rd is cool too.
PM3, like.
Yeah.
That's
3 p.m.
Oh, makes it up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Now he has to be number 3 too. We're talking about a kid that might not even be a boy.
Just a hypothetical child. We're like China creating
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming, yeah.
With Patrick Mahomes' unborn child.
But
what number he needs to wear and where he's gonna get drafted.
Except it's just some random white lady having the kid instead of an actual legit athlete.
Yeah.
Nothing against Patrick Mahomes' wife, but as far as I know, she's not a
fiance.
top level athlete.
I don't know. They've been together since high school.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes. I think that's a solid way to end it off.
Yeah, this is just Patrick Mahomes talk with a little
Patrick
bit of
Mahomes,
football.
Josh Allen, a little bit of football, a little bit of Yao Ming conspiracy.
This was an all over their episode, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is great. All right. Well, we'll catch you next week. I think the Zoom works pretty well for this. Obviously, I haven't actually tried to use the footage and everything yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't go well.
I think
so. Yeah. All right. Well, this was a pretty solid episode. I think this week was tough as far as spread picks go.
Everything was like a close
Everything's
game.
like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
And then with big spreads, you never know.
Yeah, like there was a bunch of like 10s and like 7s.
Right.
And
we'll see if the NFL is actually happening next week.
Yeah, like who knows?
Yeah, I think we've come full circle then.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're hoping and praying to have games next week and this week, for that matter. So, yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, that was a great episode. We will see you guys next week.
Yep. Thanks for watching.